What should I know about medication and DUI/OVI in Ohio? I'm Shawn Dominy. I'm a DUI lawyer in Columbus, Ohio, and this video is going to answer that question. People take medication for a variety of reasons, and some of those medications can affect driving ability. And people are surprised to hear this, but even if a medication is prescribed, and even if it's over-the-counter medication, if it affects your ability to drive, it can lead to an OVI charge. Now, I'm often asked, how is medication-related OVI investigated? And typically, it goes like this. There is some interaction between a law enforcement officer and a driver. Usually it's a traffic stop, it could be an accident, could just be a flat tire and you're over on the side of the road, but for whatever reason, the driver and the officer come into contact with each other, and based on that interaction, the officer develops a suspicion that the driver is under the influence. And so if alcohol doesn't seem to be responsible, the officer will likely conclude that it's drugs. And then they will either ask, they almost always ask, are you taking any medications? Or sometimes they'll find the medication in the vehicle, and then they conclude that you're under the influence of medication. That means then they ask you to do field sobriety tests. Most people don't do well on them. You're arrested, taken to a police station or a jail, and there they might do an additional test called a drug recognition evaluation. The next question is, how is medication-related OVI prosecuted? And what the prosecutor has to prove is that you were under the influence of the medication, which means it impaired your ability to drive, or for some medications that you're over the limit. If they're a medication that has a limit in Ohio, they can prove that you were over that limit. Kind of like the limit for alcohol is 0.08. Some medications or their components have their own limit as well. So they use the test results of chemical tests to show that you were over the limit, or they use the officer's testimony, body cam videos, dash cam videos, those kinds of things to prove that you were under the influence of the medication. The complication for the prosecution is, with medications, it typically requires an expert witness to testify about how that particular medication affects one's ability to drive. So you can see medication-related OVIs do get kind of complex because you have expert witness testimony, you often have a forensic analyst testifying about test results. But at the Dominy Law Firm, we understand those complexities. We've been doing these kinds of cases for literally decades, and OVI defense is the focus of our practice. So if you've been charged with an OVI based on medication, we can help. If you'd like to talk to us about how we can help, there are two ways you can schedule a free phone consultation. You can call the number on the screen, or you can submit a contact form on our website. In any event, we hope this information has been helpful.